But that being said, today's recipe is called Tami's carrot cake with white chocolate frosting. And it's called that because the founder of the company, Tami Van Hoy, this was one of her recipes, one of her creations. And so I did contact her and say, hey, Tami, can I use some of the old HG recipes on Cindy's Kitchen? And she said, well, of course. So, sweet, sweet lady. So instead of calling this old HG something, I decided to call it Tami's because it really is her carrot cake with white frosting. Now, you may have had a lot of carrot cakes. And the thing about carrot cake is it can be way dry, way dry. Ugh. Or you have the recipes, you know, the older ones that require you to shred carrots. This one does not. This cake is always moist. Always, always moist. It's so good. And there's kind of a surprise at the end because most carrot cakes have a cream cheese frosting, which is delightful. This particular one has a white chocolate frosting. And my husband loves white chocolate. So when this mix came out, he was over the top excited. I was always a little disappointed because we really only sold it at Christmas. And I always thought carrot cake should be sold at Easter too. So after Christmas, I kind of hoarded it. I hoarded the mixture. But today, let me tell you how excited I am. You don't have to have a mix because here's the secrets. I'm giving you all the secrets. If you watch and you say, oh, she's doing flour and sugar and you get a little intimidated by that, please don't. This is a really simple recipe. And the majority of the things you should have in your house, there's one or two things you may need to go purchase. And I'm sorry about that because I try to do things that you have in your house. But this is such an awesome recipe. Now, I'm gonna get started. Last sip of coffee. Everybody have your sip of coffee or tea, or whatever, Dr. Pepper, whatever you're drinking. And aside we go. Today you're gonna need a really big mixing bowl. Don't go with the medium one. Don't even think about the small one. Let's go with the medium mixing bowl. Now, I've got a big old artesian bowl, and because my friend Joanne says I slam the bowl around when I'm mixing, she sent me this little crochet thing so that I can put it, this little square, so I can put it under my bowl, and now I will be quiet and I will not disturb you with my clanging. Good morning, Susan. Hi, Deb, good to see you. Okay, so here we go. Are we ready? Super, super easy. You need a 1 cup measuring cup. You know those of you who think that this and this measure the same? You are wrong. I'll do the experiment on one show, but that is not true. Okay, so we're gonna start with sugar. Sugar, who doesn't like sugar? And we're gonna use 2 full cups. 2 cups, Cindy, yes. 2 full cups of sugar into our big old bowl. Big old bowl, okay? 2 cups of sugar. It is so lovely going in there, isn't it? Hey, Beth. Now, we're gonna need 2 cups of flour. Really, that's easy. 2 cups of sugar, 2 cups of flour, okay? All right, now you know that when you're baking, you're supposed to put your flour on there and then take your finger and slide it across because baking is a more exacting recipe than just cooking, which is why I rarely bake. You know that I've had my youngest daughter on here several times because she's the baker. It's one of the reasons she doesn't like cooking my recipes because I don't measure well, and she's like, Mom, how much? Mom, how much? So there you go. It is what it is. Mom is a cook. Little one is the baker. Okay, so we have 2 cups of sugar and 2 cups of flour. Now we're gonna need a tablespoon, yes, a whole tablespoon of baking soda. I know this is gonna freak some of you guys out because I normally always tell you it's baking powder when we're making things, not baking soda. The problem is in this one, we're using all-purpose flour, okay? And so we want this to rise, and it will. So it's kind of like making bread. If you need a different kind of flour, what you do, the things that all-purpose flour is missing is baking soda and salt, right? So if you don't have the right kind. Okay, I was trying, there we go. All right, 1 whole tablespoon. Whole tablespoon of your orange box, okay? You got that? Hey, Susan. Oh, Tana, this is gonna rock your world. I promise you it will rock your world. Now, we're also gonna need, so we did 2 cups of sugar, 2 cups of flour, 1 tablespoon of baking soda. We're also gonna need a tablespoon of cinnamon. Now, you guys, you guys are really helpful, and for all the advice I give you, I've gotten some great advice. So my friend Joanne, who sent me the little square so I wouldn't bang my pan, also sent me something new to try. And I have to tell you, you must try this. You must try this. So this is called Saigon cinnamon. I'd never even heard of it before Joanne sent it to me. And so when it came, she mailed it to me. And so when it came, I took my regular cinnamon and gave it a sniff. And then I opened this and gave it a sniff. Such a huge difference. This is rich and deep. And it smells like you've already cooked it. I mean, it just is phenomenal. So anyhow, I am a big fan of Saigon cinnamon now. But the lid isn't big enough to stick my tablespoon in there. So I'm gonna have to do one of these and pray that the whole thing doesn't come tumbling down, because that would be bad, right? Come on. Okay, hold on. There we go. Come on, almost there. Full tablespoon. Come on, baby, you can do it. You can do it. Okay, full tablespoon. Oh, smell that. Oh, it smells so good. Oh my goodness. We, just, you know, you think I make stuff on here and then I don't ever make it again. Carrot cake is my favorite, reminds me of my mom. Oh, that's great. Spelling. Oh, Saigon, just like the city. S-A-I-G-O-N. Saigon. Saigon cinnamon. She got it at Costco. I don't know who else sells it because I have big old cinnamon. So anyway, there you go. Cinnamon. Oh, anyway, so those of you who think that I make stuff, but I only make it on the show, I made a pie the other day. I made another tomato pie because I really love the tomato pie. And then I had a pie crust left and not enough tomatoes to make a second pie. So my daughter was like, can you make the cinnamon sticks again? So this is if you remember, we did a whole episode, well, not whole, but where we did the pie crust that you roll out and put a little butter on there. And then you sprinkle, oh, so good, cinnamon sugar on there. And so, because I have my new cinnamon, I was like, okay, so good. So the kids were all excited about cinnamon sticks. You've had it several times at the Gingler home. I'm sure you have. Okay, somebody told me, we need to get going. I don't know why I'm chitty-chatty, but somebody told me that Costco is no longer doing their big sheet cakes. Now, I don't know about Sam's, but that's kind of a big deal. I mean, a lot of people got their big sheet cakes at Costco. You could do this. Instead of making it as a cake, you could do it as a sheet cake. It'd be much thinner, but there you go. Yum. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna need is pineapple. Now, here's what you really need. But I needed to bake one this morning so that I could frost one and show you. That's 2, right? And I looked at, this is what you need. You need an 8-ounce can of crushed pineapple. That's what you need. I didn't have that. I had to wait till the girls got up and send one of them to the store. That being said, I had this big old 20-ounce can of crushed pineapple. So because I knew I was making 2, I went ahead and used half of this. But this is what you should use, and this is what I'll tell you in the instructions. 8 ounces. So I'm just gonna dump the other half of my pineapple. Don't drain it. Need all that yummy juice. Yum. Okay, so there's our pineapple. Now we're gonna need, I know you're gonna roll your eyes. You ready to roll your eyes? I think I read Costco isn't doing sheet cakes. Nope, that's what somebody told me. Pardon me. Oh, I forgot the salt. We're gonna need a teaspoon of salt. Let me do that because I don't wanna forget. Teaspoon, salt, okay? I'm just using, I use kosher salt for everything. I bought the pink Himalayan salt and it's okay. But it's in the grinder thing and I don't think I can measure and grind at the same time. Sherilyn, you're here. You're gonna be so excited. Okay, so 2 cups of sugar, 2 cups of flour, a tablespoon of cinnamon, a tablespoon of baking soda, an 8-ounce can of crushed pineapple, all the juice. And now, I know you're gonna go 4 eggs. Yes, my loves, 4 eggs. Ready? 1, 4 eggs. 2, are you gonna ask me large or small? I don't know. I always buy large eggs. I don't buy extra large eggs. I don't buy medium. I don't buy small. I don't know. I just buy large eggs. Use what you got. 4. 4. There we go. Okay. I gotta wipe my hand because I have egg ick on my hand. You get egg ick? There we go. You were right, Vicki. No one has been buying them because of the restrictions on parties due to COVID. Oh, I didn't know that was the reason why. Okay, so we got that in there. Now we're going to do, here it is. Baby carrots, baby food carrots. Funny story. This was on the grocery list a couple of days ago, but I knew what it was, but my daughter didn't know. And so I put baby carrots, meaning baby food carrots, right? And then I sent my daughter to the grocery store and she came home with this huge, and I said two baby carrots. And so she came home with 2 of these huge bags of baby carrots, right? Because that's what it said, baby carrots from the produce section. What I meant was 2 jars of baby food. So baby food carrots, there you go. If you are on here and you haven't said good morning, say good morning. There's 30 of you on here. No lurking. It's community. It's family. Let's say hello. I have to tell you, so one of the episodes of Cindy's Kitchen was shared on another food group, right? Just dump it in there. And somebody commented on there, no, too much talking. and so, which, that's fine. And I actually politely responded. There are thousands, literally thousands of cooking videos where they're all times, the time is sped up and it's, marked across the screen. And, quite frankly, if you just want a recipe, go do that. I really wanted us to have a community, a family. I mean, everything happens in the kitchen. Great memories form in the kitchen, and the smells and the tastes and the chats and the conversation. And so I really am inviting you into my kitchen, and I want to know you. I want to learn things about you, and that's why I try to share things about me. So it's not just cooking. Cindy's Kitchen is really about community as well. Good morning, Diane. Hi, Linda. There you go. Thank you, Diane. Alicia, good morning. Keep talking, Cindy. How's your hubby doing? Let me add one more thing. What's the one more thing? Oh, the oil. Okay, so we're gonna need 1 cup and 1/4 of vegetable oil. I know, you're going, what? Hubby is kind of tired. I don't care what you say or what you hear, 1 cup and 1/4, okay? And I'll probably get in trouble for saying this. I don't care. They're overrun. They're overrun. That's all I gotta say. The ICUs are overrun. If you can spare a prayer, a good thought, please do it for the ICU. In particular, Methodist Willowbrook ICU, which is where my husband works. I'm giving them a shout out. The whole staff in the ICU and quite frankly the ER at Methodist Willowbrook needs your prayers and your thoughts and your well wishes. They are working their buns off. They are short-staffed and they are overwhelmed right now. Overwhelmed, I tell you. Okay, but we're only going to do that. Just good thoughts, good prayers, because I love these folks. They're family to us too. My husband thinks of that ICU as his. I mean, it's not, but his. And those are his people, his peeps, his family. So they're important to us. We love everybody in there. All right, here we go. We've got all of our stuff. Thank you, Eileen. We got all of our stuff in the bowl. Now, I know that you watch all of these recipe shows that say, put your your dry ingredients in first. Then take another bowl and put your wet ingredients. Add 1 egg at a time. I don't know what that's. Yes, they are. Heather, they are completely full. We're not doing that because really this is Cindy's Kitchen. And what do? We dump. We dump everything. So you saw I just dumped everything in my big old bowl. And now we're gonna give it a stir. Now, you say, where's the mixer? And I can use the mixer, really. I am gonna use the mixer on the frosting. I usually don't use my mixer unless there's something hard. You know, that sounds bad, but like the butter is not all the way soft or room temperature. The cream cheese is not all the way at room temperature, or even if it is, it's hard to hand mix cream cheese. I don't know who all on here used to sell Homemade Gourmet, but we did a lot of home shows and market things, you know, where you would do craft fairs and stuff like that. And in the beginning, before, you know, people got all nasty about stuff, we did samples, right? And so the cheesecake was a huge hit. Everybody loved the different flavors of cheesecake that we had. And so, and really, it was just the mix and some cream cheese. That was it, really. And so I would take it as samples, but I'd run out. And so at home, I'd use my mixer to prepare it ahead of time and take it. So I'm at a craft show, you know, like in this big arena. And I'm at the back of my little stall where there's mixes everywhere with a spoon trying to get this cream cheese to mix with the powder. It was hilarious. You know, and I have weak hands anyway, so there you go. Oh, you lost connection. Oh, that's weird. I'm not showing anything where we've lost connection. So we'll keep trying. I'm sorry. Okay, so now normally I would tell you to put it in a 9x13 pan, okay? 9x13 pan. And I did it when I made it this morning, but because I have a big one already, I'm gonna go ahead and divide it into two. Now, if you are one of the MPP Nation, connection lost, but I'm still here. That's just weird. My thing doesn't say anything. We'll just keep going. If you're part of the MPP Nation and you're looking at this, you may say, oh, that's Rebecca's favorite size, but it's not. It's a little bigger. It's not as tall and it's wider. So this is not her what she calls her meatloaf pan. This is the bigger one. So anyway, there you go. Good morning, Diane. Your $10, your 10-year-old granddaughter. Well, tell me her name, Diane, so I can say hello. Okay, so because I used my big 9x13 this morning, I'm gonna divide this up so that I can share this with others, because the 9x13 is for me and the girls. And then I have a friend that's gonna get one, and the boys will get one. Although the boys would probably, the doctors would probably want the big one. Okay, so if you are not using PP, Polish pottery, make sure you give it a spray with cooking spray so nothing sticks, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and start pouring. You know how my hands are, so please forgive me if I make a mess. And I'm just gonna divide this between the two. I know I'm off, I went off, but I have to lean, hello, I have to lean this direction. Hold on. I'm just scooping out of the bowl. Oh, those chunks of pineapple, yummy. And it's the right color because of the baby food, yummy. Okay, so now I have one for us and two to share. Now you're gonna bake this on 350 degrees for about 50 or 55 minutes. Now, I have noticed that here lately, my oven is running hot, and I don't know why. So I think from now on, I probably am gonna have to cook things at 325. I have a shopper going to Costco. What is the name and size of the bacon bits? I didn't get them at Costco, Linda. I got them at Sam's. Sorry. And they only have one. It's not like you can choose. There's one. There were a lot less things at Sam's the last thing I went. I need a batter bowl. Oh, the ones that pour. Yeah, I know. I just don't think those are big enough, Heather. Because, you know, although maybe. I just get these because they all fit, right? And so I have 4 bowls that all fit inside each other. So they only take up that much space. That's just me. Okay, so we've got our 2 carrot cakes, or your 1 and your 9x13. Again, 350 degrees for 50 to 55 minutes. Now, let me give you a little hint. This cake has a lot of moisture in it. Remember, we put the oil, the eggs, the baby food, and the pineapple. That's a lot of liquid for a cake. How big was the bag? Hold on, I'll get it. Just a second. Always want to help oh, you know what? It's in the refrigerator. Hold on, I thought it was still in the cabinet, but I used it. How big is the bag? Is this it? Nope. You know what? Oh, here it is. This is the bag. It says 20 ounces. Real crumbled bacon, 20 ounces. Big old bag of bacon bits. So good. Salads, baked potatoes, eggs, it's all good. Okay, because it has so much liquid in it, pay attention. My oven's running hot, and so what happens is, if you see the top of this cake start to get a little browner than you think it should be, and remember, we got the orange in here, summer rain. Oh, okay, well, tell Summer Rain hello. Costco bacon bit bag is huge. Aldi's has a bags that are about a cup. Yes, Donna, my husband is quarantined again. He was exposed. Yeah. Okay, anyway, watch it. If it starts to get a little brown, but it's still jiggly, because this should not jiggle. If it's still jiggly in the middle, just take a piece of foil and don't like crimp it around, but just lay it across. And that way you can cook it for a little bit longer, but the top is not browning anymore. I made a mess with the eggs. And so that's what you want to do with the cake. Now, that being said, I screwed the pooch this morning. That's bad to say, right? I screwed the pooch. I messed up big time because I was baking this, and my oldest daughter came down and started talking to me. Now, I don't know about you, but teenage daughters, you got to take conversation when you can get it. Most of the time you ask questions and you get, or you know, they're monosyllabic now. Yes, no, I don't know. So when they want to talk, regardless of what it is, I want to give them all of my attention. So I was this morning, which meant I was not paying attention to the cake. And so then I saw the cake was dark. I didn't check for jiggle. I just took it out and set it on the stove and walked away because I was wanting to continue the conversation. It's very dark, and it's sunk in the middle. What does that mean? It wasn't all the way done in the middle. Do I care? No. It'll be fine. I really don't care. It's done enough. And that just means the pieces in the middle will have frosting that's that high. And I'm okay with that. I mean, things aren't perfect. So anyway, I screwed up, and just so you know, it happens. The very first time I made this with the mix, like I wasn't making it from scratch, it came with the mix. Very first time I made it, we were living in a different house, and I was so excited to make this. And so I followed the instructions, I had all the ingredients, I put everything in the bowl, I poured it in the baking dish, and I put it in the oven, okay? I think I took the dog out, and then I walked away. And then I came back in and I started cleaning up, and I noticed the thing of pineapple was sitting on the counter. I'd forgotten to put it in. I rush, I get the pot holders. I'm trying to get the batter back into the bowl. The pan is hot because I put it in a 350-degree oven. I mean, it's been in there for 5 minutes. I'm trying to scrape. The thing is really hot. The pot holders are not helping me. I get it all back in the bowl. I've made a mess. There's crud everywhere. I put the pineapple in. I give it a stir. Then I put it back in the same baking dish. It's all over the sides. It's gross looking. Mess. But the taste was so wonderful, nobody cared. Nobody cared about the mess. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do the frosting. We're gonna start off with 8 ounces of cream cheese at room temperature, okay? I love cream cheese. Do you love cream cheese? I love cream cheese. Okay, so we got that in there. Just an 8-ounce package. Okay, then we're gonna add a package of white chocolate instant pudding. Now this is Jell-O, but whatever brand you got. White chocolate instant pudding. And that's really is what's turning it into a white chocolate frosting, right? Did you know it could be this easy? I mean, really, come on, this is easy. Now, we're also gonna need 2 cups of powdered sugar. But before I put the powdered sugar in there, I'm gonna give it a stir. One, because you know as soon as I put the powdered sugar in there, poof, we're gonna have a cloud of dust. And so I do wanna get my, oh, I got a low, Cindy, low. We actually have a big old KitchenAid mixer. I don't like using it, and it's not mine. It's my youngest daughter, because she's the one, I'm making a mess anyway, aren't I? Yes, you are. Okay, it's my daughter. She asked for it for Christmas one year, and you know, all those years, Philip kept asking me, did I want one? And I was like, no, it's too big. No, it's too big. So I never got one, but now my daughter wants it. Storms are coming up here, so watching them. Oh no. All right, so we're gonna need 2 cups of powdered sugar. Did you cut the edge? Hold on. Come on out of there, baby. Come on. There we go. Okay, eek. We get the whole bag of powdered sugar in there. Okay, I'm gonna put 1 cup in there and then give it another mix. I really should put these in containers. That would be better than always messing with the bags, don't you think? Okay, you ready? Here we go. It's gonna be a poof, I know. Look at that, making a mess. Making a mess. Making a mess. Okay. So I'm gonna turn this off and just get some off the sides. This is the hardest part. Is it hard? Yeah, I don't think so. This is the hardest part, is because we're just trying to get this all incorporated. Remember, we have a whole nother cup of powdered sugar. A whole nother cup, Cindy? Oh yes, it's delightful. It's delicious. It's wonderful. I couldn't think of another D word. Delightful, delicious, delectable. How about that? Okay, now I'm gonna put in my other cup of powdered sugar, and hopefully I don't make another big old mess. Big old mess. I got a big mess to clean up today. Okay, powdered sugar. You say, Cindy, it's a little overflowing. Oh, come on. Is there such a thing as too much powdered sugar? No. Okay, the other thing we're gonna need is a little milk. What kind of milk do you use? Do you use skim milk? Do you use 2% milk? Do you use whole milk? Doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna put a splash in. A splash. I would say a tablespoon. You want me to measure? Would that make you happy? Look, I have them here, so I will. A tablespoon of milk. There you go. But I'm gonna keep it here just in case. We want a good frosting consistency, but we don't want it. There's a difference between frosting and icing. Although we tend to use the words interchangeably, frosting is usually thicker. Icing is more, it's closer to a glaze, okay? So, oh, look at that. Oh, that doesn't hurt my feelings at all, does it? Does it hurt your feelings? No. Come on. Oh, yummy. Okay, now I'm just gonna do it. Come on. I'm making such a mess. Okay. Look, I am wearing the frosting. I am wearing the frosting because I got a little overexcited. So good. I hate to use the towel to clean myself because that's like wasting frosting, but you're here, so I won't gross you out. Yes. Oh, look, I have it all over me. All over me, big mess. Yes, actually adding mayo to a cake will make it more moist. Lovely. I love that. Exactly like cooking with my aunts and my grandmother when I was a kid. I know. Becca's here. Becca, I'm making the carrot cake with the white chocolate frosting. Alex would be so happy. Alex would be so happy. Okay, I'm gonna wipe down the sides just a bit. So you notice that we did, all we did, really, 8 ounces of cream cheese, then we put in 1 package of instant white chocolate pudding, 2 cups of powdered sugar, and a tablespoon of milk, okay? If you decide this is too thick for you, what's wrong with you? No, if you decide this is too thick for you, look at that. That's how thick it is. Look, it's coming, it's coming. Yes, so good. You can always put another tablespoon of milk in and it'll thin it down. Now, remember, I messed my cake up. That doesn't bother me in the slightest. And it doesn't because that means the folks in the middle will have more cream cheese on them than the folks on the end. I don't really care for the end pieces anyway. I like the middle. So when Cindy gets her piece, do you do that? Are you an end person or a middle person? So like when you make brownies or biscuits. When I was growing up, my grandmother, I was the favorite. Anyway, and I called her Nanny. That's what I called my grandmother, was Nanny. And Nanny would make biscuits, and she would always make sure there were 2 middle biscuits. Those were mine. Nobody else was allowed to eat the middle biscuits. Just Cindy, because I was spoiled rotten. Spoiled rotten, I tell you. Now, be careful. Make sure that your cake is completely cooled before you start frosting. Why? If you don't, when you start frosting, you're gonna pull the cake, the crumbs, right? You're gonna pull the crumbs of the cake off, and then the cake is gonna start coming apart, and then your frosting is not gonna be that beautiful color. It's gonna look like you're doing cookies and cream frosting, which if you're okay with that, that's fine. It tastes the same, it just doesn't look very pretty. But as you can tell, I kind of screwed the pooch on this whole cake this morning anyway, and it's still going to taste delightful. So tell me, middle always is your favorite cake? I know. Donna, middle always. Can't have too much cream cheese frosting. Ends. Alicia, really? You guys, it is. This is like the best recipe. Okay, so I've moved the frosting all over everywhere. The middle, which was not cooked all the way, but I don't care, has more frosting. Yum! Okay, now normally at this point I say, okay, and there it is. And then I will post a picture of the final recipe and you will ooh and ah. But not today. Not today, I tell you, because why is that? We're doing it today. You can mess it up and it'll still, I know. Today, I got some new Polish pottery in. I know earlier I showed you my new cup. I haven't washed it yet. So, but tomorrow I will be using Dragonfly Heaven tomorrow. I know, those of you who don't like Polish pottery think I'm a nut. I don't care. Look at this, I washed this. I have wanted something, I'm just a nut, I tell you. I've wanted something in this pattern since I saw it. I mean, in this pattern, I fell in love. But it's a unicat pattern, which means it's really expensive, and I don't mind, you know, buying stuff because I only buy stuff I use. I have to use it. But this was really expensive. But I really wanted, I mean, like, since she got it in, today I will be using, this is called Cherry Blossoms. Is that the most gorgeous, look at that, it's all hand done. Hand done. I'm in love. I'm in love. I am. So, because I just got an ice cream plate. Oh, I know, cherry blossom. I love that too. So here we go. Because I'm naughty, and because I have a new plate in a most gorgeous color, I am going to lift out, even though it's an edge piece. Look at that. I'm going to put it on the plate, and that way you won't go. Look at that. Look at the insides of that. Can you see all of the pineapple? It's just, it's moist beyond compare. Moist beyond compare. And how do I know that? Let's just have a little taste, shall we? Right there in the middle. Right there in the middle. You will never go back. Oh my goodness, it is perfect. Once you do this, you will not eat cream cheese on carrot cake anymore. One, there's no bite to it. It's perfectly smooth and yummy. Edges or the inside, doesn't matter. I know. And you will not eat another carrot cake actually after you eat this one because it is moist beyond compare. Oh my gosh, so good. The flavors are perfect. The best carrot cake with white chocolate frosting on my new plate, on my new cherry blossom plate. So there we go. We had a big day. I know we only did one recipe, but I'm kind of excited. A big shout out to Tami Van Hoy, who was the founder of Homemade Gourmet. who this was her recipe, and she said I could use it on the show. So thank you, Tami. And to all of my old HG friends, I'm jealous. We had this last Sunday and it was gone quickly. It's always gone quickly. Susan, good morning. This recipe does not last long. I mean, it's gone like that. Everybody in the house loves it. I'm so excited that I got to see so many of our HG friends. If by chance you know of an old HG lady distributor that is not watching Cindy's Kitchen, share this with them, just because it's like it would be like a family reunion all over again. Of course, I'm not the Iron Chef doing 4 meals in 4 minutes, but we are doing a homemade gourmet recipe. What a day. I'm so excited because this could be breakfast. I know you're going, what? Breakfast? It had carrots in it. Carrots are good for you. It had eggs in it. Eggs are good for you. Had pineapple. That's a fruit. That's good for you. The frosting had milk in it. That's good for you. It's a breakfast food all on its own. Carrot cake with white chocolate frosting for breakfast. Yay! Thank you for joining me today. From my kitchen to your kitchen, I hope the whole day is filled with sweet, sweet dreams. You guys have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Bye now.